Hey guys, Gomas here, and recently I've been thinking, what's a great way to introduce myself to the world of YouTube? And what I thought was, first things first, my baby, my PC. This thing has been with me since around 2010, 2011, so it was a proper old machine. It was a HP Pavilion G series, I think, or P series, the desktops, with a Celeron dual core and 4 GB of RAM. So it wasn't playing anything, really. No graphics card. This machine was just using the Celeron's integrated graphics. So I wasn't playing anything on it, really. I couldn't, possibly. So the first upgrade I made was to get a graphics card, and at this point I didn't have much money, so I settled on the Asus GT640, which did me really well for quite a while. It was a good, really cheap card. It enabled me to play the likes of Far Cry 3 and a bit of Minecraft if I was feeling up for it. And yeah, that lasted me absolutely ages, but I just wasn't getting enough from it. So as soon as I had some money, I got a new power supply and an Asus GTX 760. That opened my horizons massively. I could play tons of games on it. It stayed like this for a really long time, but as I was installing it, I didn't know much about building PCs at this point, and according to the guy in the shop that fixed it for me, I had let a piece of metal connecting two parts of the motherboard together and basically fried my motherboard. Now, looking back on that, that sounds like a bit of a scam to get more money out of me, and it was probably just RAM not being in the socket properly or something like that. But this guy gave me a new motherboard as part of fixing it, which was very similar to my last one. Threw my CPU in there and installed my graphics card properly. Now, my PC stayed in this state up until about a year ago, and it was running fine, but the CPU started being the bottleneck in my computer, and it was time for an upgrade. So this was the biggest and most expensive upgrade I've ever done on it. I went out and bought a i7 4790K, which is still in it now. I bought a nice MSI Game 5 motherboard and 16 GB of RAM. So all of a sudden, my computer was an absolute beast. The PC in this state was running Crysis 3 on pretty high settings at 60 frames a second, and I was very, very, very happy with it. And it's only recently since I've upgraded it again, and I went out because I was planning on doing YouTube stuff and bought a MSI GTX 970. Now this thing is in that sweet spot. The old sweet spot used to be around 150, but that's been raised up a bit now. So I bought the 970, and it's phenomenal. The last thing I did to my PC was I took the case, cut a big hole in the side of it, and put LEDs in it, and a big glass panel, and it looks sweet. To go with this, I also bought a Corsair K30 keyboard and a Corsair M45 mouse. So I've got the red LEDs going, and it just looks great. As for the future, I don't know what I'm going to do to it next. It's at a point now where I'm really happy with it. It's got a few holes in the front, and I can sort of touch hard drives if I feel the need to. Anyway, this has been the story of my PC. Thanks for watching. Gomas out.